he definitely told me, he says, I'm stroke. So he put me in the Taiwan very famous veterans hospital. I was kind of lucky. The nighttime, I sat in the wheelchair. I still push myself to go around the hospital to visit everybody. Still okay. Until next morning, I try to push my wheelchair. My right hand doesn't function no more. It's very hard to push anything. So that day, so I called the nurse, and then find out the whole hospital almost empty. The reason is on 1999, September 21st, that day, Taiwan have the most big earthquake ever. But all the nurses, all the doctors, they went out to rescue. I got nobody taking care of me 2 or 3 days. That time I already paralyzed, totally paralyzed. No kidding. What is paralyzed? It's like a wood, like a nothing, just a meat, a whole big piece of meat laid on the bed. What is the best things for me right now? I got a nobody, totally hopeless. I sit on the bed. I said, so who gonna rescue me? I need to go back to the United States. Here, Taiwan, nobody can help. I better to see the Dr. Zhu. Once when I lie down on the bed, I think about the people who can rescue me. Excuse me. First thing come out of my mind is Dr. Zhu Mingqing. The reason is I know Dr. Zhu before I had a stroke, because I know him 20-some years ago. I saw him to recover the patient from the stroke. I saw it in my own eyes, so I know he's the person can save my life. So the 8th day, I already arrived in the United States, in California, San Francisco. The 8th day, I asked my wife, my daughter, and sit in the wheelchair and push me into Dr. Zhu's office. So doctor gave me the treatment, put a needle on my head. So 45 minutes later, after the treatment, Dr. Zhu asked me to stand it up. I respond this, Dr. Zhu, you must be kidding. I'm totally paralyzed person. How can be stand it up? Dr. Zhu says, yes, you can. Just stand it up. Yes, you can. I was wondering myself, but since the doctor pushed it, finally I stand it up. This is the first day for the treatment. 45 minutes standing up. 1 hour or 1 hour and a half later, I have my own step. I can walking. 3 days after 3 days of treatment, I can up and down by myself, up and down stairs by myself. 8 days later, Dr. Zhu told me, says, you can go back home. All you have to do is you need a rehabilitation. I open the door for you. Now, right now, start right now. Everything live on your own foot, own hand, and own mind now.
Now show us how you can move with your hands, with your arms. Yes. Mm-hmm.
No problem with that.
No.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Michael, what advice do you have for other patients?
I think the best advice to other patients is, from my experience, when you have a stroke, I think the most important is the beginning 3 hours. You had to make your own mind to see Dr. Zhu, or you want to go to the hospital. Another thing is 3 days. So 3 hours is the first. You have to make your mind. Another 3 days, you gotta make your mind again. This is This is the golden period for the stroke patient.
Yes.
And then another thing is on here. Be patient. Be very, very patient yourself, and don't give up. Don't give up exercise. I mean, exercise is rehabilitation. That's the most. After Dr. Zhu opened the door for you, all the rehabilitation is yours. It's in your own hand. Your life in your own hand. Because you can find out there's a lot of strange things that happen. Because once when you get a stroke, I had a stroke, my right hand side. When I walking beginning with, I always hit the post. Why? It's not I don't know how to walk, because I don't feel my right hand side is with my body. It's always flow somewhere else. That's just a strange feeling. If you don't get stroke, you never know that. So when you have that, just don't worry about it. Just you keep doing whatever you're supposed to do, and go get some books to know what it is a stroke is, and then you can be better taken care. But the most important thing is to see Dr. Zhu. Let him open the door for you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so hardworking, perseverance is very important. How about concentration? Do you
Concentration, yes. It's kind of miracle to happen to me, because once when I get stroke, 55 years, I'm Chinese. I use a chopstick to eat. I don't use a fork and knife. And then I totally forget it, how to use a chopstick. That's strange things. I went to see the rehab doctor. Rehab says I need 1 year, and then he teach me how to use the chopsticks. I was so mad. I said, I don't believe this. So when I go back home, I asked my wife to buy one of the green beans and red beans. I use the chopsticks. I practice to put 2 beans on the line, and I practice every day 1 hour. On the Thursday, all of a sudden, I don't know when, but when I keep practicing, I cannot hear. The whole world becomes silent. My wife in the kitchen, I asked her, I only saw her mouth is moving. I cannot hear anything. So I was so scared. I said, what's wrong with me? Because a stroke affect my hearing or something like that. But anyway, in the meantime, I still practicing on the chopsticks. But all of a sudden, I do the beams. It's a very it's just like a normal people. It seems like my right hand is come back as normal. I was so surprised. Well, see, in the meanwhile, when I surprised, all of a sudden, all the noise come back. It's a very big noise come back. And then I was wondering how's it happened on that. And then my right hand, I can use the chopstick since that. Just 3 days, because when I asked Dr. Zhu said that because of my concentration. I was very concentrated for sure. When I do things, I was very serious and concentrate, do every step by step, everything, every and every day.
Yeah, but you can do anything now, right? So you have regained your independence and a normal life.
Yeah.
That's good. So I think many people can learn from you. You are a very good role model.
Not really. Well, if you need help, I'd be happy to answer your questions.
Okay, thank you, Michael.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.